Hi, I am Astrid. I am Wattle and Wool, and welcome back. This is a very speedy update, which I'm so excited to show you about. First up, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I sit or stand, the Whadjuk Noongar people, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. For not showing you, for showing you quite a bit very recently, I've got a whole lot more to show you. So let's get into it. So, finished objects. So I showed you this one. It is huge. I blocked it. And honestly, not very well. I did it. But the lace has just popped open. It is so pretty. I think I've got some before and after pictures. I will make sure to show them probably on my Instagram. I am at wattle_and_wool. If you would like to come find me. And I was going to say as well, if you like what I am talking about, then feel free to subscribe. Say hello. So this is her wedding bells. It is Sarah's scarf. I still need to do the ends. It is 11:25 on Anzac Day, the 25th of April. And Anzac Day in Australia is something where we celebrate the efforts and the sacrifices made by the armed forces in World War I in Gallipoli, and the ongoing sacrifices that have been made for Australia by the armed forces. So I don't want to talk too much about it because I feel very unqualified, but I am going to send you, if you are interested in it, to Mad About You, EWE, Mad About You. She is a Australian podcaster, designer, knitter as well, and she actually has served in the armed forces, so she will know so much more than I do and will be much more qualified to talk on it. And so I would like to acknowledge the sacrifices that have been made for my freedom in my country, especially in the current climate. I'm very grateful for it, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't feel qualified to. Okay, so this scarf. I don't think I thought about how big it was because it's huge. But it is so comfy, so pretty. I am obsessed. I am sitting on the floor next to my window because I'm actually going to take some pictures of this finished object so I can write it up. So it is absolutely stunning. It is massive. Very, very big. I need to measure it, but that is it folded in four. So it is delightfully big, squishy. This took 3 balls of fingering, dyed by Anna of Stitchcraft and Wizardry, and 1 and a bit balls of lace weight mohair. That was also dyed up custom by Anna. So I'm very grateful to Anna and very in love with this pattern. So this is the first one that I finished, and sorry. This is the first one that I finished and I love it. And then I was saying to you that I had to put a rush in on his wedding bells or Keiran's scarf. Now I'm not going to write this one up because not worth it, not trying. I have just taken this off the blocking floor with wires in it. It came out very nice. Again, this lace, or not lace, but the eyelets, the details have opened up so beautifully. However, when I blocked it, see if I can show you. One side is definitely not like the other. So I went to sleep at 4 a.m. this morning because I had to get this finished because I'm going to go see them today and I have to give it to them because it's just about time. So I finished this at 4 a.m. I watched all of Selling Sunset, the season 5, in a night. Because I was so determined to get this done, and honestly, no regrets. I love Selling Sunset. And so I finished it, but somehow I don't know what I did, and I don't really need to go look at what I did. But one of these edges is very unlike the other. So if you can see, this is the cast on side, and then this is the cast off side, and I don't know. I'm taking solace, comfort. I'm ignoring this for the pure fact that I know Keiran and he will like it anyway. And he will probably get over it. And he won't really care. So this is, again, it grew with blocking. It was 4 a.m, so I wasn't gonna show you because it was 4 a.m. And I don't think I made any sense. I was kind of riveting around. But it's grown, it's lightened up, it's softened, it's blown, like it's filled in. I don't know what the best word for it, but it's beautiful. This is, so it's just long enough to be a good size for a male, I think. And I think this will keep him really warm. It is also like, it's got lace in it or holes in it, eyelets, whatever you want to call it, texture. I'll work on this. So yeah, it's got like really cool texture, but it's not too, and it's fingering weight, so it's not too heavy. I didn't bring the other bit. I've probably got like this much to go of the ball, like a tiny amount. So I should have gone and get it. I'm sorry. So I'm very lucky that I did finish this in time. I was really worried that I wouldn't. But I am very grateful that I did. Pulled a semi all-nighter, but no regrets. It is beautiful and thick and squishy. And again, this color pairing is just so pretty. So this is my brand new finished objects, and they will be photographed today and then sent off today. So I'm in a bit of a rush, but that's okay. The next, hang on. I kind of went on a shopping, not spree. Well, I should show you what my cup is. This is what I bought for Alec and I for our 1 year. Bless. This is my cup. I think it was Stone Cat Ceramics. I will link it down below. Her Etsy shop is beautiful. I am rather obsessed with Sarah J. Maas. And so the moon on top of the mountains reminded me of Valaris, and I had to get it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you should read them. Because today is a public holiday, coffee shops are closed. I'm very disappointed. Hello, cat. One more day until he becomes a nugget. One more day until he loses his leg. Very sad. So I kind of went on a, okay, I've had lots of things in my Revelry, like cart, and I decided that I should go through it, and if I like it, I like it, and if I don't, I don't, and buy the ones that I do like. So I did. And there's a few of these. So I got, trying to think of like the order to explain them in. I will put them up on the screen as a photo because they are beautiful. So first up is the Only One I Want crop. Let's double check that. Only One That I Want crop. Yes, by Lily Kate France on Ravelry, or Lily Kate Makes on Instagram. She is amazing. She's 25, 26. She's studying like, I don't know, astrophysics or something ridiculously high level. She is a knitwear designer. She's been designing since she was a kid. She is so knowledgeable. She's got her own yarns released, like actual yarns released. It's amazing. She's just beautiful. And she released this, the only one that I want crop, and it is side to side garter, with like some increasing, decreasing, and I am obsessed. And so I will show you, if I haven't already. And so I've got some friends who are looking to learn how to knit, and they have asked me if I could teach them. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I would love to teach my friends how to knit. In a group chat, me and some of the other Australian podcasters were talking about what a good project for a first person or a first time would be. And I suggested what I was doing with my friend's daughter, which is like literally you knit a big long square rectangle, and then you seam it up the back and it becomes a slouchy beanie. And then you can add onto it and you can do ribbing if you want. Some other people, like Oliphant's Kat, she is another amazing person and my tech editor, so thank you, Kat. She recommended like headbands. Some other people recommended washcloths. No one recommended scarves because scarves are just so long and time consuming and boring by the end of it. Yeah, so I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, so I want it to be something cute. I want it to be something that everyone can wear. I want it to be something that is going to show you basic techniques, and that is really cool, but that is not too intimidating. And then I found this crop and I'm like, yes, this is the perfect thing. So I reached out to my friends and said, hey, I'm happy to have like a craft group in Perth. And would you want to do this as your starting point, as your first adventure into knitting a garment? Because I find that that is the best way to start something brand new, is to knit something that you're going to wear. And a lot of the girls said yes. So I'm really excited. I'm kind of doing it with like girls from work. And if you're in Perth, let me know. I'm probably going to do it around south of the river. So like, I'm in Northbridge at the moment, if that helps. And I work near Gosnells. So anywhere between there is kind of where I'm at. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I bought the pattern and I'm going to teach my friends how to knit this beautiful pattern. Other things that I bought was some crochet patterns, like amigurumi. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought the Noro mitered square jacket that I'm going to do with my Advent set from Knit or Dye Oz that I got last year. So they're all just kind of floating around in this bag, but how exciting and beautiful are those colors? I will post up somewhere I will post up what the Advent looks like, the 24-day Advent, and then I need to find a main color. So these are DK weight, I think. Are they DK? No, they're fingering. What am I doing? These are fingering weight. So I need to find a main color that will go with these. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking black, just because I like the striking contrast. Or I could just not even do a main color and just do these and then just see what happens. I do that. Yeah, so the Noro mitered square jacket, which I just kind of fell in love with and thought this would be beautiful. So I bought that one. I also bought like heaps of gnomes for the Gnome Along by Sarah Shearer, I think it's Shearer, of Imagined Landscapes. So there is a new Gnome Along coming up. And one of my, so I'm doing, my brain, sorry, this is normal. So I'm doing a kind of a challenge, a goal thing to do different knitting or life related activities every month. And so you can see them if you follow me on Instagram at wattle&wool. And there's some of them that are like kind of different themed. So for April, you've got one with bake Anzac cookies. For Anzac Day, which is today, you have make something miniature, just because I thought it'd be cute. And I did, but it is totally not appropriate for me to show you on here because it is a body part that I don't really want to show you where children can screenshot and send us around my work. But it is adorable, and I have made something mini. I just can't show you, which is kind of annoying, but that's all right. And yes, there's like kind of different challenges that come out. I don't do them all. If you want to, you can. If you don't, you don't. So I've got a year-long one, and then I've got a monthly one that comes out every month. So I will I need to post up because it's almost May, so I'm going to post up the next one, and then I'm also going to do like a check-in for the yearly one and see where we're at. And this will come in later as well because that'll tie in. Anyway, one of my goals for the year is to knit something, or just make something that's like one of the little gnomes, the little Imagine Landscapes gnomes. So there is a gnome along or a make along coming along, and it is coming up in May, and it's really cute, and I can't wait. So I decided to buy the pattern and join. So what I need to do now is figure out what colors to make for it. So again, I'll put up the inspo pic. I also put it up on Instagram last night because I was in the mood. And so I'm kind of thinking about like what colors I want. The colors that you can see on the inspo pic are English. Wow. Orange, white, purple, that kind of color. And so I'm thinking I've got some really cute mini sets. I've got this one from Circus Tonic Handmade, which is the gingerbread kit. It was like a Christmas kit. I am so obsessed with this kit that I don't know what to use it with yet because it's so beautiful, but I want it to be something that I'm going to love and look at all the time or use all the time. So I don't know if I should do these, or they are sock minis, and I might talk about socks in a minute, so I might leave this up with the socks one. I know, me? Socks? What? The other thing I'm thinking of is the Down Under Dyer, who is now 3 Cats Yarn. These are the jewel box set and the minis, and they are glittery. They are more of a solid colour than these colorway, tonal, variegated, what the word is. Please know what I mean. So I'm thinking these ones, and I kind of love the fact that my gnome is going to be all sparkly. So I'm going to do these ones for it, and I'm just decided just now, but I'm really excited. Yay. So these are for the gnome along. Okay, let me put my other bag. I've got all this bag of like balls and odds and ends and stuff. So let's put that back over there. Have another drink of my tea because it's hot. This tea is the Twinings Chamomile, Honey and Vanilla. I'm back at work tomorrow. Should probably protect my voice. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, next. Where was I going with half of this? I don't know. Anyway, next thing that I'm looking at is socks. Oh, I also bought like a little mushroom crochet bag. And it's the mushroom fairy bag, and it is so cute. So I need to make it for my friend. And then when I go to Melbourne and visit her, I'm going to give it to her, and it's just going to be adorable. And I'm so obsessed with it. So I will also put that up on the screen. And as with everything, I will link the designers and everything. I did buy them on Ravelry, so I will be linking Ravelry links. I will have them in Ravelry in all caps, so you know that they are from Ravelry. That you know that they are from Ravelry, just in case you can't find it. And if I can find them somewhere else, I will link it for you as well. Well, yeah, how cute are these earrings? I got them from the Fremantle market, so like a artisan market. Yeah, there's like food and handmade items and stuff. It's really cool. So these are, I can't remember who, it's Charlie and something, but I love them, and it's Labradorite at the bottom. Making me happy. Okay, socks. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've been talking about. Where am I? Here we go. As I was saying before, Maddy of Mad About You, she is a Australian knitter, and she's actually recently set up a business where she has a sock machine and she hand cranks socks for people. So I love the concept of knitted socks. I really like them. I just don't want to knit socks. I have so many other things I want to knit. So many other things I want to knit. And then even more in my fantasy knitting land in my head, that the concept of knitting a whole sock and then doing it again is overwhelming, and no thank you. I understand that other people love it, and that is awesome for you, and I'm so happy for you that you found your thing, but I have not found my thing. No way. So this is a bag. This bag is actually gifted to me from my beautiful friend Hannah. She lives in Norway, and it was a beautiful care package that she sent me. So I'm going to use this bag to ship everything over to Maddy, and in it I've got some socks that I've been collecting. So these are sock yarns that I bought from Anna of Stitchcraft and Wizardry. These were literally the very first things I ever bought off her in a big kit, because big set of things. I went to her house and she was like, oh, just have a look around. Yeah, big mistake, because then I took them home. So this one is Phileas Fogg's Fantastic Fig Jam. Phileas Fogg's on her Princess Jasmine base of 80% superwash extra fine merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon 4-ply. 350 meters per 100 grams. So I got 2 of these and I thought they'd be perfect as socks. Maddy did warn me that if I do this, there's just going to be sock tubes and I still have to cut into them and I still have to do the toes, heels and cuffs. I am fine with that as long as I don't have to knit the whole sock. So this is cheating and I know it, but I don't really care. So these are the socks, and then this is the mini that came with, and this is called I Like to Mauve It. So these are absolutely stunning. I'm going to keep the mini here, and I'm going to send these across to Maddy, and I'm going to ask her to make me beautiful socks. So these are 2. She has a deal where I think it's you send 6 and you get the 7th half price or something like that. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's just add to my list of things that I want. These are the other 2 that I bought from Anna. So this is I Am Passepartout, and the mini is Chan Dynasty. So these are just beautiful on the same sock base as well, the same measurements. I have taken off 5 grams off this one and this one, which is why this is terribly wound, and this one is better wound but still not perfect, because we were doing a 5 gram mini advent share along hair, which was awesome. So these ones again I love. I'm considering if I don't know, okay, I've started saying it now so I may as well. I'm considering, because I've got 2 of these, if I get Maddy to do both and then I only keep one, and I gift the other sock blank, sock thingy, to someone else. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how addicted I am to these when they come back. Or how over toes and cuffs I get. Oh, I broke my nail and it's really hurting. Okay, so that's 2. This one here is a gift that was given to me and is so beautiful. So this is Little Yellow Cat hand-dyed Australian yarn on the Merino Pearl Sock Yarn 4-ply in the colorway Sultana. 80% wool, 20% nylon, 360 meters over 100 grams. So this is this beautiful woodsy sultana-y, it's like Sultana brand. Delicious colorway, and it's a lot more toothy. You can really feel that wool. Whereas this one, that merino, is a lot finer, but I really like the different contrast. I can't wait for these to be socks so I can wear them. And I'm thinking I might pair this with maybe this one, or even a nice bright heels, toes and cuffs. I think that might be really fun as a combination. If not, I've got a million other things in my little bag. But this is what I'm thinking of for the heels, toes and cuffs. And I can't wait to see what this one turns into. So these are 5 sets of socks that I am going to send to Maddy of Mad About You, and get back some socks, which is super exciting. The next thing are more recent acquisitions. Yes. This one is kind of knitting related, kind of not. I bought a big white jumper and I love it. It is so comfortable. This is what I'm planning on taking some pretty little pictures in. It's a cropped, boxy, oversized, very nice wool, wool blend jumper. It is ready to wear. I love the exposed seams. There's a lot of it that I really like. And the reason I'm showing this to you is because I've decided to embroider it with wool. But I don't know what to embroider it with. So I am thinking, I'll show you how big it is first so you can see kind of how it sits. I'm thinking either cute little flowers, because that would be awesome, or like a sun and a moon, because obviously slightly obsessed, or I am not very artistically minded at all. I'm creatively minded, I'm just not artistic. And so I'm considering like a Picasso face, because they're not meant to look symmetrical, they're not meant to look normal. It is, again, I'm going to move you. So it's a nice high crop, big and boxy, oversized, super comfy, just really warm. So I'm thinking of doing like a Picasso face with like weird eyes and lips and an ear maybe. And so, yeah, this is kind of something I've wanted to do, like playing with my minis, playing with yarn a little bit differently. And so I just thought I would show you, and I'll keep you updated on my giant, amazing squidgy jumper. Lastly, I went to Stitchcraft and Wizardry. Yarnia. Yarnia is the shop. Stitchcraft and Wizardry is the brand. I went to Yarnia to see Anna, my friend, and I got a few things, which I'm very happy about and excited about. So let's show you. First up, I showed you the Bouquet for Beth top. And oh my God, how amazing does my mum look in those pictures? I'm just obsessed. Like, she just looks so beautiful. So this is it again, in case you haven't watched the last episode, which you should, because my mum looks so good. Just pictures. My mum's unfortunately not on it with me that day. So this is the beautiful lace detail. And then it comes up to just a really simple top. I still need to reblock it and weave in all the ends, obviously. It's a little bit dangly. Might do that today. And so when I finished it, because my friend Beth is so tiny and that's who I was making it for, I had to invent a smaller size because she was too small for conventional sizing. So I've got this much left over of the yarns. And I was talking before about how I've got another pattern that I did design for her called Meet Me in Italy. And it is a beautiful squishy brioche, but I seem to not have very good pictures of it. I don't know where they've gone. I've changed my phone a couple of times since, and I think I just forgot to save them somewhere safe. And I would love to release it properly, but I'm also thinking like a good cowl. So I was thinking white, because I do think that would be a beautiful pairing. So knowing that this is Anna's yarn and I should, I wanted to look at her stuff first and see if I could find something that would match with it really well. And I was very lucky to find something beautiful. So I did save the rustling for later. I did post these up to my Instagram and say which one would you prefer. There was one called Tulip Mania, which on the website and on Instagram from my monitor and from my screen, it looked beautiful and it looked exactly like what I wanted. But when I got to it, it looked a little bit more green in person. And number one, I don't wear like light greens. I love dual-toned emerald or strong greens, like forest greens. I'm not really much on like soft pastel-y greens. And so when I looked at these colors next to it, it just didn't quite sing enough. So I saw this one and I thought this was a perfect pairing. So this is going to be the base color, and then these are going to come through with these as the brioche on the top. So I'm very excited. This is called Nashville on the House Elf Liberty base of 85% superwash merino, extra fine merino, and 15% nylon. It is a 4-ply, 400 meters over 100 grams, which is good because these are, I don't know, a collection of amount. So this is kind of, it's going to be like a not striped, it's going to be a color blocked brioche cowl, and I just want it to be a giant tube that you just sink into and it's like squishy. So this is going to be another project, and I'm so excited. I love this combination. Then I was looking around because what else are you going to do when you're at a yarn store? Sorry, more rustling. And I keep seeing this really pretty... Okay. I'm just checking that she hasn't, like, discounted me because I was telling her not to. I keep seeing this really pretty set. Now, this is not me, typically. This is not typically my colors. This is not really something that I naturally gravitate to. But I was in a yellow mood. I love this yellow. And I love this fade into the 3. It's just so interesting. And I'm really excited to give this a go. So this is Summer Feeling Set on 100% Superwash Extra Fine Merino Single 4-ply 400 meters to 100 grams. So there's 1,200 meters here. No idea what it's going to be. Might not even be for me. It might even be for like my mum or something like that because she loves pink. But it is just so pretty. So I couldn't resist and I bought the 3 because who can resist it? Now, I told you this would all come back around. So my thing of at the beginning of the year, end of last year, I don't know, at some point in my life, I thought about how much wool I've actually got and how much I keep buying, and I kind of went, you know what, I need to slow down. And it's not necessarily about not buying yarn or like curtailing my spending or anything like that. That's a definite goal, but it wasn't that wasn't the end aim. Instead, it was just to more consciously collect yarn that makes sense for me and that is appropriate for me and that I'm going to use. Thinking about what colors I like, what textures I like, what I want to try. And just planning consciously about my yarn choices. So one of the rules that I made for myself was if I am going to buy yarn, then I need to buy some and put it into a big pot for a giveaway at the end of the year. So either it's going to be one giant giveaway or it'll be a couple of giveaways. I don't know yet. But when I went to Stitchcraft and Wizardry, when I went to Yarnia, I said to Anna, pick me some of your favorites. So she was scanning out some yarns on the table and I was obsessed. First up, this one here caught my eye. This one is called, I don't know if she wrote it down. Not helpful for me. Anyway, this one is Good Girls Like Us, or We Need Friends Like Us, something along that. I will check and write it in. And it's just this really soft, tonal, speckly goodness. Yummy. It's like Easter egg. And so I kept looking at this and fingering, like, touching it. That sounds so dodgy. I'm so sorry. I kept, like, playing. Nothing's going to sound better. You know what I mean. Kept touching the yarn. Appropriately and not creepily. And so I just couldn't resist it. So then when I said to Anna, pick me, like, I've already spent some money here, pick me some of your favorites and I'll buy them because that's for the big prize pot. And she said, do they need to go together? And I said, no. And she was like, okay. And so she picked this one here, which I can't remember the colorway, but I will remember it and then tell you again down here. And it is just bright. This is not my colors at all, but I do enjoy how beautifully bright and loud this is. And so, yeah, Anna was like, well, I love this one. This is my favorite colorway. I love dyeing it. I love knitting with it. And I was like, perfect. That is it. So I will grab one of these, please. And then she picked the birthday fun at the Wonkers, which is what I am doing my Roald Dahl top in. And I was like, well, I've already got this one, so I'm not going to buy another skein because I've already got it. Why don't I do the one that I was like in love with? So I grabbed 2 of these. One is going to be for me, and I'm going to send this across to Maddy of Mad About You and knit socks with it. She's going to crank socks with it. So I'm thinking, again, one of these will be, even something like that would be really fun for toes, heels, and cuffs. Like, that would soften it down. Nah, this one. Definitely this one. Yeah. So this one's going to be sent across to Maddy, so I'm going to put it in my little pile. And then these 2 are going to be held on to for the big prize bucket at the end of the year. So I'm really excited for it. It'll be really fun. The other thing, I applied to be a test knitter for Friday Knits, who has got this most beautiful like bomber jacket style knit. I think it's fisherman's rib. I don't think it was brioche. And oh my god, so pretty. So I reached out to Chloe of Wool and Works and said, either I'm going to be the test knitter or I'm going to knit it. Like, either way, it's on my needles already. Can you please dye me up a set? I love her fairy bread yarn. Again, I'll put the picture up. And I said, surprise me. You know what colors I like. You know what colors I gravitate to. I love everything you do. I don't know whether I want the fairy bread to be the main color or the contrast color. Again, I'll make sure the pictures are up. I don't know what I want, so surprise me. Also, I've got to give away things because every time I buy things, I've got to give some away. So chuck a few more skeins in there, invoice me, and I'll just open it up and see what happens. So she was like, oh, that sounds like so much fun. And I was like, I know. And so she's thinking about it. She comes back to Perth at the moment. She is in America, which looks like such a fun trip. She comes back, not Perth, what am I talking about? She comes back to Australia very soon. And then she will hopefully get started on my beautiful kit for this amazing, amazing knit. So I'm very excited. So there'll be more coming in the mail. And lastly, the cute little things that I bought, just as little extras. I think I've lost one of these. No, I'm good. I thought I'd lost one in the car, but I think I remembered to put it back in. So these are little donut lobster clasp stitch markers, and these are going to be put into the giveaway pile. I might just put them back in this little bag. There we go. That is my giveaway bag now, and it says thank you on it, so I know what it is. And then the other 2 things that I bought, honestly, where did you go? Where did I just put you? Here we go. Honestly, I couldn't resist these. They are just the cutest. And so the reason that they're not going in the giveaway bag is because I actually can't part with them. And I feel slightly bad about it, but I also don't, because these are just the cutest things in the world. So first up, we have very tightly put into this little bag. Get out! Out, 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 out. Oh my god. Anna, how do you... What have you done? There we go. These are little plant lobster clasp key rings that are turning around and I don't know what I'm doing. So you've got this beautiful monstera. And then this like terrarium. They're just so cute. So I'm thinking of putting these on my juniper beanie because they're green and they will go, and love them. So I'm so excited for those. And then you can see them better this way. These little pugs. They're so cute. They're just the cutest things ever. So there's 2 of these. Actually, you know what? I will put one of them in the giveaway. Because there's 2. And they're the same, and I can share. I can share. I can't open things, but I can share. Yes, so this is the things that I got, and I'm very happy about it. I don't really have anything else to say because we talked very recently. I yeah, don't have too much. I will put this, there we go, nicely wrapped in the bag still. Yeah, I don't really have much else going on. It is Monday. I start at school tomorrow for 10 weeks. Just tired. I'm very tired. I've had a great holiday. I have been going out with friends. I have been hanging out with people. I've been knitting. I have been watching Netflix. I've not been sleeping well, but I don't normally anyway. Um, I made more friends, which I'm very excited about because I like friends. Um, I finished things that I needed to finish. It's all been great. It's been really fun. Um, yeah, I think that's it. It always gets to like the end of this, and then I'm like, what else do I say? Like, how do I hold a conversation where I'm not just talking at you about knitting? It's been really fun. I've been going out a lot more, but also bringing my knitting with me and being a lot more confident to knit in public, which normally I'm fine with, but sometimes, you know, in new social situations where you don't always know the people, it's a bit scary. And so that's been really fun, and people have been like enjoying seeing me knit and watching me knit and getting used to it. So that's been really cool. That is all I can think of to share with you because my brain has stopped. And I'm about to go take some beautiful finished object pictures of these scarves, and then I'm going to weave in the ends, and then I'm going to hopefully come by and see her tomorrow to give it to her. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. I will give it to her sometime, but at least they're finished 4 years on. All right, bye.